This piece that you have got is about the open, balanced look. We deserve to know how to make every open, balanced look when it is in the right offensive structure of our offense that the coach asks, and it is the appropriate distance within our practice and strength range. This strictly deals with what happens when we receive the basketball and earned an open, balanced look that is able to be shot without altering our form. In the game of basketball, there are shots that are taken that are fadeaways, that we are moving to one side, and it's a tough shot, but they're shots that people can make. This is not about those moments. This is about when you get to the foul line and you have two shots. This is about when we have an open three. This is about when we come off a screen, we have the appropriate footwork, and you are on your way to delivering the ball. There's several ways to release the ball as far as footwork, and that is something that your coach will be able to help you with. Once you have body balance, whether it be with a prep step, T-step, inside foot step in relation to the basket, coming off screens, then this piece addresses what happens when you are right here. This process is defined by this. We must, at the foul line, 3-point line, when we have an open, balanced look, have our forehead, chin, shoulder, knee, and toe side by side with one another, vertically facing the basket, and from a side view horizontally. You see the spindle wheels that I have attached to my eyebrow and elbow. That is a perfect analogy of where the shot stays true in relation to our 5 body parts side by side, vertically and horizontally. What happens here? Watch the 4 and 3. This is what is very important in the process of postural rigidity, postural validity, reliability. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great view. The elevation and strength come from our legs and the shoulder going to the chin. The shoulder ascending up to the chin lip is what provides inertia with the legs. This is a fact that is not taught constantly. We must cue the ball coming off our hand with our 2 fingers side by side straight up, facing the basket, and it coming off 2 at the same time so the ball doesn't run off, while our forehead, chin, shoulder, knee, and toe are over the top of one another, and the shoulder is the second form of inertia, power, to drive the ball to the appropriate target. Distance-wise, legs, we hear about legs all the time. Well, this piece takes legs into account already. You know that, your coaches do. The reason why I am coming out with this piece is because of the 2 fingers and because the shoulder provides inertia up to the lip. And if the shoulder does not make it to the lip, and it does not have a set destination, there will be inconsistencies in torque. And torque is power. And that deserves to be defined like any machine that we have and use in our day-to-day functions. So 3 meets 4 and stays. Now why does it stay? Because if it retracts, then there is going to be a limp follow-through. That limp follow-through will have been a mindset subconsciously that affected the release. Because we did not hold the rigid follow-through, we could not get the power. So, shoulder to the lip until it goes in. 2, through. Oh, that's not through, because I had retraction. Watch again. 2, through. Hold until my shot is true. 2. There it is. 3 fingers side by side. Either choose these 2 or these 2. Right now, let's go with these 2. These 2 got to be side by side. Up, 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 up. At the highest point of the shot, you still have these 2 equally height and facing the basket. And then right here, the 2 fingers cannot go backwards. And that is defined by the elbow above and in front of the eyebrow. V, there's my V. I shoot off the 2 middle here. Other folks can shoot off the index and middle, as which we discussed earlier. To conclude the second focus of the smooch, we are getting a 2-finger release, and now with the elbow above in front of the eyebrow, I smooch my shoulder to the mouth, not the ear. V, up, V, shoulder under the lip, V, ball in the sweet spot, 2 middle, in between both, index or middle or ring, smooch, right there. My shoulder goes to the mouth, not the ear. That gives me the same distance, just like a rifle in a controlled environment. That gun does not come out of a good marksman, and it's propped against the shoulder. V, 2 fingers, focus on the 2 fingers in a V, equally heightened and spread, V, at the last possible moment, smooch. There's no retraction. It came off the 2. That gives you the same practice tool every day. That is what is the difference between a very accomplished shooter and someone that is not. Right here, I am not in a V. You see right there I am. The 2 knuckles of the shooting side fingers must be side by side with one another and remain that way. Now it is going to come off those 2 fingers. Bang, there it went. The shoulder going to the lip and elbow above the eyebrow allows the trajectory of the shot and the distance to be defined for your practice process, which we talked about earlier. Great illustrations here of the entire shot on one page. V, there it is. My focus in my mind is on the 2 middle fingers. For other folks, they like to use their index and middle. We discussed which ones you should choose based on experience and hand size. You pick the 2 appropriate fingers and stick and smooch. V. If your elbow goes out, well, then your V was not straight up. So we don't have to concern ourselves with the elbow being out, because if cognitively I know that my 2 sweet spot fingers are side by side with one another and equally distanced away from the basket, gutting the middle of the ball, with practice, I'm going to master that balance and propel skill of the ball coming off the 2 fingers at the same time. It cannot fray to the right or left. If it comes off the middle finger, it will go to the left. If it comes off the ring finger, it will go to the right. Appropriately so for the index and middle finger shooter. If the ball slips off the index and you get a 1-finger release, it will fray to the left. For a left-hander, it will fray to the opposite direction, obviously. If it comes off the middle finger alone, without having support of the index, the ball will fray to the right side of the body, the outside. So if 2 fingers touch the ball last at the same time, that is proof that everything else underneath the body was true.